Alright. Welcome back to the aquarium. So today we're going to be covering Railjack Enemies. Everything you need to know about these stupid buggers and how to kill them and what works best on them. Just going to give a few highlights. So we are going to start out with kind of what you're going to encounter. We're not going to go into the ships too much because for them it's really simple. Radiation. That's what you build. Kill the ships with radiation. That's all you need to know. I know, right? You probably did want more of a breakdown, but the ships die to radiation. All ships. Now, things get a little bit more complicated if you're interested in boarding the ships. So let's go over those. We're going to start with the simple thing, the butchers. Now, right off, we're going to go with level 60s. Not anything too crazy. You will encounter level 60s. This is kind of the median level. We're going to throw in a couple of butchers, just normal butchers. And then we're also going to throw in some of these Geyer butchers. There's these ones, they're the same thing. They have the same stats, and we'll show that later. Now, immediately you may notice difference. All these enemies, look, even the Xmas, 5 ferrite armor, 50 clone flesh. These, ferrite armor, 200. Cloned, or not cloned flesh, normal flesh. So it is a little bit different. It doesn't take as much damage from rad, or from viral. Wow, guys, it's late. Sorry about that. As you can see, it doesn't take the same kinds of damage. You want to build viral and toxin. Oh wait, you can't build that. So slash and viral or slash and toxin, either will work. Ferrite armor, corrosive is very good against these guys, so you do probably want a corrosive weapon. Also, puncture works. I mean, nothing great there. So we've got those. They are paused, and we're going to be taking out our Fulman. Now our Fulman, it's got rad on it. Oh, Helios, you try so hard. One shot on a headshot. One shot on a body shot. As you can see, these guys kind of die pretty quick. Let's make the Fulman a little weaker. Couple of shots. Now this guy, I did several thousand. Do you see the difference in armor? These whores are the epitome of armor scaling and the crap it does. This is why I'm taking a 200 strength Sarin, just so I can strip these idiots' armor. The normal butcher couldn't even take 2 shots. And these guys, I'm going to empty the whole mag. I will empty the whole mag and I still won't kill him. Now they are all body shots. I mean, we can make sure they go down in less than half the mag. And again, this is rad. This is not the element they're weak to, but enemy scaling in Railjack is ridiculous. We're just going to use the Dubba Stubbas. I mean, just a little burst. Look at that, just wipes them out. And you do have to apply some corrosive procs. You'll notice I also have heat on these. That's helping a lot. But gosh. And that's just the mob. That's the tier 1 fodder. That's the garbage enemies. We aren't even into the ones that shoot back. So, some of you guys are probably worried that, oh, the different ones so Exo is for the Veil, Geyer is for Earth, and Kosha, I think I've got that right, is for Saturn. One of those. But you'll see 200 ferrite armor, 2,500 flesh. Do those numbers look high? Because they're freaking high. Oh, my bad. The Elite Lancers are Earth, or the Cosma, while the Gaia are Saturn. Had it backwards. So, we'll get in 2 of these guys and 2 of these guys, just for testing. And already, you can see there's a difference. These guys are ferrite, 200 armor. That's in line with the other Elite Lancers. Except the armor type has changed. All the other Elite Lancers are alloy, while the Gaia are ferrite. Yeah, that changes what they're weak to. Changes what they're weak to a lot. Against alloy, you want rad. Against these guys, you want corrosive. That's quite a big change. But let's get some other guys in here. Again, level 60 for all of them. And I mean, Elite Lancers aren't anything special. These things are still blowing through them even though they're alloy. So they're... yeah, it's... But when it comes to these guys, and these are exactly the same levels, and I'm using corrosive and heat, which is what these guys are weak to. That's only level 60. I don't expect that kind of performance from level 165 Elite Lancers. These guys are insane. Just absolutely bonkers. Like, D took everything bad about armor scaling and applied it to these guys. Ugh, it just drives me crazy. It's like, what are you guys doing? You already have this weird level differential going on, but let's try out the Fulman. I mean, it just wipes out all of them in one blast, and then I'm doing nothing. Like, I genuinely have to go for the headshots. I mean, you guys, this is ridiculous. And I don't like how they did that. I really don't. You do have to make a conscious decision. And see, this... it doesn't help. Granted, rad versus ferrite armor. It's not the best. How I choose to deal with these guys... and you'll notice, they don't die. They don't die from the initial hit. That is level 165 corrupted heavy gunner kind of performance. These guys are insane. In fact, let's look up some... 500 armor. 700 cloned flesh. I mean, these guys... 2,500 flesh. So these guys do have more armor, I'll give you that. But that's... oh my gosh. Just... it's bad. And it gets worse, guys. It gets worse. We have officers. Granted, there's only going to be one of these. What I've noticed is... I'm looking at those numbers and I'm crying. What I've noticed is that each ship generally has a set complement. Each of these Gokstads, because that's the name of the crewed ships, has one pilot, one officer. They do have an eviscerator usually, and then kind of a mix of lancers and butchers, usually in roughly the same number. I don't know if it's exactly set each time or if there's some variation, but I have seen an eviscerator every single time. And I think the same number of butchers and lancers. But gosh, I mean, look at that. Ugh. This is disgusting. And these guys are most definitely... I mean, they're just heavy gunners. We're going to try it against corrupted heavy gunners. Now, corrupted heavy gunners are a little bit different. They have more health than normal. And again, they're all ferrite armor, so nothing crazy there, but let's show you the difference. We'll try Fulman first. Rad, as you can see, does diddly squat. This guy right here is the entire reason you want to take two guns. Well, you want to take a corrosive, either primary or secondary, and then a rad. If you can get a weapon that does both, like the Static Ore, Fulman, Archiplasmor, any of those, they'll work great. Well, as you can see, the Fulman will eventually chew through these enemies, even though it's rad. But let's try an officer. Here's a Gokstad officer. They do have different guns. Ugh. That makes me so sad. I can't... This is only a level 60. This is not a 160. This is not a hard enemy. This just... What? And guys, that's the third recharge. I think my point is proven here. Okay, we're gonna try out these. Mincemeat. When you build for the right element, absolute mincemeat. That was a full mag. So really, I'll be honest, when I attack a Gokstad, I cast... That's how I deal with them. The spores with this build spread out throughout the entire ship, get every single nook and cranny. You can probably go with a little less range, you don't need as many forma. You don't need the umbral mods though, you can take just normal mods. I like the umbral mods because I want as much survivability as possible. That's just what I'm going for there. But gosh, this is just a bad deal. Now, alright, I know you guys will all whine and complain. And those are interesting. They're killing the corrupted heavy gunners. Oh, because they're corrupted. See? That guy got up. The other guy went down. But I'm not super worried about those things. But look at that. That is, no joke, what I would expect Reaper Prime to do against a level 150, not quite 165. I mean, you can do fast attacks. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't have this Reaper Prime built for that. And so it is a sneak... Wow. Substantially faster. But still, that's... I mean, I could run the same test. We're going to dump these guys. We're just going to simulate those. And they'll all drop the turrets. They're guaranteed to drop that. It's not something crazy special. I don't know what's going on right now. why Helios is scanning those. The turrets, they do add damage. But keep in mind, you're only going to see one of these guys per ship. Just one. There's not going to be a ton of them. One heavy attack with a Reaper Prime or one of the similar guaranteed slashers, and you've cut through the biggest challenge on the ship, hands down. The pilot, I'm not showing off any pilots, because for one thing, I don't have them scanned, and for another thing, you assassinate them. And the assassinate is a guaranteed kill. You don't have to worry about the pilots. If we could spell, right? So, Arid Eviscerator. Now, you guys might know these because they are kind of tougher. Alloy armor and cloned flesh, and they definitely have more than normal. Like, compared to, we'll actually get these guys in here. Oh, look at that. So, and keep in mind, wow. Sorry guys, stutter's coming out. The alloy armor and the cloned flesh, they almost never change, even across types. Even across Eximus types. But then here, like 250, 150, I mean, Kuva, Arid, but then the Raider Eviscerator has more health. So we're going to get a couple of these in there. You guys have seen this, that one. But let's also compare it to a Lancer. You know the Lancers, the Corrupted are generally tougher. That's just kind of one of those things. So, the Lancers are normally 100-100, and then you've got your Eviscerator with 200-150. They're substantial bump. But then 200-750? And then 200-1,000? That's not a joke. Now they are alloy. And that's again why you have a rad weapon. Because you're just going to blow right through them. Takes the full mag. And then for these guys, takes a little bit extra. Now, if I was running Hunter munitions, that would work better. Because I just cannot get through all this armor. Again, gonna want to strip some. And just with a little bit of armor stripping, you can get through them. It's not a big deal. You might notice I have Rejuvenation on, not Corrosive Projection. If you're running 3 Corrosive Projections, you would blow through these guys much better. But let's test Corrosive. Because Corrosive should not do better. And it doesn't. Except against these guys, and it's just because of that stupid amount of armor that they have. I mean, the Railjack enemies are just pre-scaled enemies. It's stupid. It's not... It just makes them super bullet spongy and limits you from taking a lot of frames and builds into Railjack. We've got one more, and that's the Suppressor. Not particularly special. You will see some of these just out there. Again, corrosive cuts through them nicely. Rad struggles. Yeah. If it sounds like I'm frustrated, I am a little bit frustrated. I think it's stupid. I don't think D should have just pre-skilled the enemies. It's not... I just don't like it. As far as, like, what's good, don't take explosives. Oh gosh, don't take explosives. Oh man. Amprex, great on the ferrite armor enemies. Strip off a lot of their armor and then take them out. Astilla, haven't had a chance to take it. I would rock the Batacore. There's very few enemies. You are in a tight space, so you do kind of want to go a little bit faster. Bows would work. Again, not recommended. Ignis Wraith, or just the normal Ignis, definitely would work. Got plenty of armor stripping. The Heck is going to come up a little short. Comb, definitely going to work. I have seen people take snipers, because there used to be a glitch that you could force, where if you were inside a cruise ship when it exploded, it would just give you all of your normal weapons, and Rubico, just standing there, will decimate everything. It's hit scan, so it goes immediately, and it just blows things apart. One-shots ships all the time. Phantasma. Excellent choice. Same with Opticore. Opticore has a ton of puncture, which, like we saw, gets pluses to everything you're looking for. Again, no explosives. Let's try something that kind of relies on hunter munitions. Now, shotguns like the Tigris Prime would be amazing there. You guys have seen that before. I'm kind of more for the auto rifles. Let's just spawn in some of the officers. I still can't believe how stupidly they scale. I mean, it'll get the job done. But I would recommend a Warframe buff all the way. Take Mirage, take Saren, pre-strip with some corrosive projection. See, that's really what you want to do. And then just duck behind a corner for a second. But still, it's not the way I want to see DE go. It's not at all what we wanted. But thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, go ahead and leave a like or subscribe. If this helped you out, shout out in the comments below. Hope you all have a great day.